traditional doctors told me, you need surgery. They told me that only 10% of the country is born with what I have in my shoulder, that it's essentially a birth defect, and blah, 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 blah.
I'd been having terrible pain in my arm. And I went to doctors and this and that, and they told me it was, they gave me many different itises, tendinitis, bursitis, all the itis family.
I was so bad personally. During a radio show, I had to lay down on the floor when we were playing commercials. I was in such dire straits and pain.
Because the problem was I thought that I had some, the doctors told me a disc, herniated disc in my neck and all that. And I was just like nervous about this herniated disc the whole time. When I went to see him and I brought the film and everything, he said, no herniated disc, there's nothing wrong with you. I go, what do you mean there's nothing wrong? He says, there's nothing wrong with you. You have tension in your muscles, And I thought that made a lot of sense because I was a stand-up comedian and, there was tremendous tension every night before I would go on.
What Dr. Sarno teaches takes time. It's a lot less time to cut into somebody and cut out a piece of their spine than to say you don't need to do any of that.
And then he tells me to buy his book, and he wants me to go to this lecture. I go, and this is the treatment? What are you going to do? He goes, just go to the lecture.
After Dr. Sarno, it took about 2 weeks, I remember laughing at the pain. I loved it. I was having so much fun with it. It was such a great barometer of what was going on inside of me.
He was saying it was psychological. And if anybody had told me that before he did, I would have said, you're crazy. What do you mean psychological? I feel it. You think I'm making this pain up in my arm? It was the closest thing that I've ever had in my life to a religious experience. And I wept.